Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live from Channels Television in Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our top stories. United States, Britain and others offer help to Nigeria to fight terror. The Nigerian government accepts foreign assistance as President Jonathan sets up a committee to investigate the Chibok abduction. The harrowing account of Chibok schoolgirls who escaped from the Boko Haram abductors. And WEFA begins tomorrow as the Federal Capital Territory Abuja prepares for the epoch-making event. Remember that all our top stories can be found on our websites, ChannelsTV.com and on YouTube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. You can also interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share your reports, pictures and your videos. Protesters demanding the rescue of 200 girls abducted over 2 weeks ago in Chibok, Borno State have taken their protest to the defense headquarters in Abuja. They called for intensified action by the military in the search for the abducted school children. Representatives of the Chief of Defense Staff received them and assured that the girls will be freed from their captors.
Bring back our girls protesters marching to the defense headquarters in Abuja. At the defense headquarters, they waited for 30 minutes before they were received by the representatives of the Chief of Defense Staff.
270.
In an emotion-laden voice, they told military authorities to scale up their operations to rescue the abducted girls.
Our community is relatively small, and if generation of the same age, 276 are out in the future, where are we going to get the little school kids who have given themselves for school? Can our girls go to school now? Help us, please, defense.
After an assurance from the military that all is being done to ensure the safe return of the abducted girls, 10 representatives of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign were led to a closed-door meeting with the Chief of Defense Staff. After over 2 hours, they came out with a message to their members.
Want to share your concern and be sure that we are not leaving Nigerians alone. We are not shirking our responsibilities. This meeting will give us an opportunity to explain to you the efforts that are ongoing at the level of the military and the government. Be sure that every effort is ongoing to bring back our daughters, our children alive.
I want to assure you that the very clear message we got from them is that their engagement is serious, is being escalated, and is focused on the objective of bringing our girls back home.
The women promised to continue the protest until the over 200 abducted girls in Chibok return home safely.
The international community has not only shown its solidarity with the Nigerian government, but has also promised to help search for the missing girls. Offers have been made from countries such as the United States, Britain, and neighboring African countries who have come to view the abduction as a global challenge. The world's attention has certainly been drawn to the Chibok abductions, whether it's because of the number of girls involved or the fear of what might happen to them. Leaders have condemned the abduction and promised to help the Nigerian government any way they can to find the missing girls.
Well, we're offering practical help. What has happened here, that the actions of Boko Haram in using girls as the spoils of war, the spoils of terrorism, is disgusting, it is immoral.
There's been outrage over the video posted online showing Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau threatening to sell the girls.
This is an outrage and a tragedy, and we are doing what we can to assist the Nigerian government to support its efforts to find and free the young women who were abducted.
The U.S. mission in Nigeria says it's ready to create a coordination cell to provide intelligence, investigations and hostage negotiations expertise. President Goodluck Jonathan, who had earlier called for help from the international community, says he's accepted the offer from the U.S. government.
The United States Secretary of State, Mr. John Kerry, in a telephone conversation which began around 3:20 p.m. today, includes the deployment of U.S. security personnel and assets to work with their Nigerian counterparts in the search and rescue operation.
The UN human rights spokesperson Rupert Colville sounded a warning in Geneva to the sect that there is an absolute prohibition against slavery and sexual slavery in international law, and that the perpetrators will serve time when caught. African leaders are equally lending their support in the fight against Boko Haram. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni urged the government to use maximum force to curb the insurgents and get the girls out.
I think it would be a mistake for you to think that the government of Nigeria can negotiate with those people. I think the more important thing is to defeat them.
Egypt's Al-Azhar, Sunni Islam's most prestigious seat of learning, has called for the immediate release of the girls. It said the act had nothing to do with noble and tolerant principles and teachings of Islam. Even the Iranian government has deplored the kidnapping. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Mazia Afkam said she hoped that action will be adopted to prevent operation of extremist groups and terrorists in Nigeria. There is a strong belief that Boko Haram is part of a wider terrorism network and may be connecting with other terror groups in Mali, Niger and the Maghreb, which have all been linked to Al-Qaeda. Therefore, global action against the group in the country may not only bring back the girls, but send a strong message against terrorism in other parts of the world. We're going now to Abuja, where Linda Kigwe is standing by to give us more on the news at 10. Hi, Linda.
Thank you, Amarachi, and welcome to the nation's capital. A former Minister of Finance and elder statesman, Adamu Chiroma, has led a high-powered delegation from the northeast to President Goodluck Jonathan. Adamu Chiroma, alongside members of a delegation, arrived at the presidential villa Abuja at exactly 1:05 p.m. Members of the delegation include Babagana Kingibe, Ibrahim Bunu, Senator Aisha Al-Hassan, among others. The purpose of your visit could not be ascertained at the time of filing this report. And Governor Ibrahim Shema of Katsina State is calling for a concerted effort in finding the girls. Speaking in an interview with Channels Television, Governor Shema is also asking leaders to re-strategize to end the crisis rocking the northeastern part of Nigeria.
Extremely sad. At times I feel extremely angry. These three passions, which are human in nature, stem from the fact or the matter that little kids that are Nigerians, that ought to have the protection of us all in society. Leaders, parents, government, individuals, religious groups become the target of attack. It's very depressing.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is for Nigerians to come together, for leaders to work out and design strategy of addressing and resolving these problems. We must be able to work with every member of our communities. It's not a matter for government alone. Security is everybody's business. The security agencies are doing their best, but we need to put heads together, all of us, regardless of whether this event is happening in Borno or in any corner of this country. Leaders, all of us, must work together and address the concerns of Nigerians.
Government at all levels and other critical stakeholders have been asked to provide equitable and accessible education to all children in respect of gender and ethnicity. This call was made at a one-day advocacy meeting on the promotion of girl-child education in Kaduna, northwest Nigeria. At the advocacy meeting, the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Nomadic Education, Professor Rashid Aderinoye, lamented the poor enrollment of girls in primary and secondary schools, especially in northern Nigeria, which he said is unacceptable. He, however, stressed the importance of educating the girl child for national development and family integration.
That can strengthen the education sector in our state. We need to do it. So there is a need for us to do that, and then we are going to set up all the modalities to ensure that yes, it is properly implemented. And then the most important thing is that we need to settle these people in order for them to have more education rather than moving around, because people doesn't have the time and energy now to be going around trying to educate others. So without being well settled in place. So that's why we decided to do that in order to enhance the opportunity and for our people to get educated.
I don't have it too. The Nigeria Police Force has dispelled rumors of a school bus hijacked by suspected members of Boko Haram in Abuja, saying it is a case of armed robbery. Addressing journalists at the premises of the Nyanya police station in Abuja, Force Public Relations Officer Mr. Frank Mba says the children are safe and the robbers only escaped with the school bus. The executive director of the school, who confirmed the safety of the children, says the incident happened at about 8 in the morning, shortly after the driver of the bus dropped off the children at the school. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force says it has recovered the stolen school bus and made some arrests.
On my way to school this morning, I got a call from one of the driver. He called to tell me that there are armed robbers in the school. What came to my mind first was the safety of the children. So I asked armed robber. I told him to alert the police because there's a police post closer to the school. So they alerted the police, and immediately the police, I think, swung into action. But what I'm happy about is that no child was taken away. No child was kidnapped as, speculated, everywhere. All my kids are safe. We have, counted all the kids that came to school today. They've all gone back home to their parents. And no parent has called me to say he or she is here to see, their kids. They've all gone back to their home. No child is kidnapped. All our kids are safe. It's only the school bus that was taken away.
As soon as that report got to us, we tried to mobilize men from our end. A response team was sent in immediately to the crime scene. We tried to carry out a preliminary investigation. Of course, we were also concerned about the safety of the school children. And we are glad to report that preliminary inquiries conducted by the police as very strongly supported by the school authorities. And you've heard the executive director of the school speaking to you herself actually confirm the fact that none of the school children were taken away. So we are faced between the two evils. We are glad that we are facing the lesser evil, which is the loss of the vehicle. And we've commenced a massive search and hunt for this stolen vehicle. We are very positive that because of the nature of that car, the stolen vehicle, the fact that it has very bold inscriptions on it, which will help detectives, we're very positive that we will recover the vehicle.
Thanks a lot, Linda.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Amarachi.
Thanks a lot, Linda. And when the News at 10 returns, the World Economic Forum Africa opens tomorrow. We'll have more in business news. Please join us again.